Hello, it's Bella Katrina here, out in nature, connecting to Gaia, connecting to Source, and using the energy of the full moon to release. So I invite you to join me right now. This is an advanced release, sort of meditation or meditative class. I say advanced because if you haven't done fire releasing with the full moon before, or regularly for at least 6 months, go back to the part 1 workshop and start with that, because once you release fears, it's very powerful. We write them down and we release them, but we're going to do it here in a channeled meditation. They've been showing me so many things that you're releasing, and you should be really proud of yourselves. There's so many false realities that are collapsing that aren't based in love. And you've noticed probably in yourself, timelines you started before December have now completely crashed down. Ideas you thought or plans that you had are being sort of like crashed down, like the tower in the tarot. So we're going to help release DNA, genetic coding, because those have been stored in our energy field. So that's why I say this is for advanced people who have already done karma releasing, past life stuff. If you haven't, you need to do my light workers activation pack, because that goes into clearing your energy field, your chakras, from past trauma, from past lives. It's perfect, works really well. You should have a look, Reiki by Bella, because there's a lot of people comment and talk about what happened to them. So it's a 6-week to 10-week training program or therapy program, once a week for an hour. So if you have actually worked on that and you've done that and you've got to a certain stage, now the DNA family that you were born into, I'm talking to those of you in advanced, right? So these are like advanced light workers, Reiki masters, blue rays, you know, the illumined, elect ones, whatever you like to say. Because we stored the genetic DNA coding in us from our bloodline, and it has now come up to be released. And this full moon, or any full moon, is the perfect time to do that. So I'm just going to ask you to take a big deep breath. And if you have a pen and paper handy, it would be good to jot down things, because this is stuff that you're not aware of. We're actually going to access your subconscious mind from any of that programming in that code, that genetic code in that bloodline that you were born into. So it's clearing out and releasing any patterns of both sides of the bloodline. So it's like it's been stored in you. We're going to release it out into your aura. We're going to release it out with more Reiki and the angels, right? And then we're going to send that through the bloodline. And that goes through your DNA lineage. So that can go back 100 generations. So well done for storing that. We're going to release it now. We also want to release any tendencies for codependency within that coding, and also any, they're saying, self-sabotage. In the genetic lineage can also be a fear of persecution for speaking up. So they're massive. They're 3 massive things. Now you've got to know, when you do this, you need to be grounded, you need to be connected. Don't do this if you have anxiety, if you're a flighty person. Do this if you're anchored in Gaia or you're a Reiki master, you've been practicing. If not, start doing the 10-week program. Look on my website, it's called Reiki Self-Empowerment Program. So get that clear, because that clears you out here. Then you can do the work that you came to do on clearing that, and then we go into the collective, which I want to do next. So just a big deep breath. We want to allow your body to relax, to just get your emotions out of the way, to slow down the mind and unplug from the programming, from the matrix. We want to clear your energetic field of any interference through Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi. fries your brain, through any mobile phones, through any like TV. There's interference, okay? Just believe me. Massive interference around your divine guidance system. That's why this is for people who have cleared a lot of that, because we're going to the next step. So getting connected, right, to your base chakra with a big deep breath. Exhaling out, turning your phone off, and just giving yourself some space now, and using the energy of Reiki, the angels, your intergalactic family, and Gaia. So there's really no thought in this, there's no mind, there's no thinking. I used to say to my brother a lot, I go, I've been thinking. You go, that's where you've, that's your first mistake. So we do need to think, but after we get the guidance. So just allow your mind to slow down and practice this slowing down of thoughts. Breathing in from the base all the way up to the top of the head. Then dropping that energy down into your pelvis, and then letting it all go out through your feet back to the earth for transmutation. You must clear with this breath. I have clients all day, every day for the last 6 years working with Reiki. I teach Reiki, I clear energy fields, and I do psychic readings of your spiritual team. Now this is where all it is, in your aura. You can read somebody's aura. That's where their loved ones who've passed over are. That's where your karmic lessons are. You can access the Akashic records. So by doing the Reiki, I could energetically connect in there. We want to clear genetic coding today. We want to clear any like narcissistic abuse that's resulted in codependency or love addiction, and the clearing of the bloodlines. And there was the other thing, the persecution. So we're breathing that out, and I just want you to relax into your body, relax your heart down, and just put your consciousness down into your heart, your awareness now, into your heart chakra. So you're going through your crown, bathing your third eye, your pineal, your pineal gland, your pituitary gland. So pineal, pituitary, just letting that source come through here. If you're Reiki master, you've been practicing this a lot. This is what Reiki does. It helps you practice using this energy. Thank goodness I've been doing that for a few years. In the beginning I couldn't feel a thing with Reiki, but as soon as I did my mastership, I could feel it coming through my hands. So what happens when we leave this, they're just saying when we release this, right, 2 things are going to happen. So you need to be ready. You need to be grounded for the next couple of days. Like do a grounding, ask for grounding and protection. 2 things happen is, first of all, when you release the fear, it comes back to you for one final bye-bye. Okay, so that will come up in the next 3 days. If it's a hard one to let go of, you know, it won't, otherwise it's just sort of gone, and you'll see it showing up over there at a distance through somebody else and go, oh, that's interesting, I can see that. But when it's happening to me, I couldn't see that, but now I've released it. The other thing that happens is that we need to replace what we release with what we want. And we have to do it immediately. That's why this is so important, to do any releasing work with a Reiki master or with an energetic healer, or ask your guides, your angels, or Jesus, right? Or source, or whatever, whoever you talk to, but make sure that you are receiving life force in place of that, releasing that energy. Because sometimes I see it as, you know, like a blister that's sort of a bit yuck and it pops, and then all this ooze runs out. So that's the other thing that can happen. So be very gentle with yourself. But once that clears, 3 days max, you will feel revitalized, and you must focus on then what we're going to put into it, what you want to achieve. So just allowing your emotions to get out of the way, just allowing your body to relax, your mind slow. And just connect in now to your own heart chakra. And we're just going to do a rainbow breath, because we're going to come up and out. So we're releasing any old patterns through our genetics, our DNA lineage. A big breath, bringing the red up through your feet, into your base chakra. From the Lord God and Goddess of my being, to the Mother and Father that dwells within. Paris is here. I desire to be a channel of universal Reiki life force and bring everything forward that is needed for these divine beings today. We call and invoke the energies of Mother Mary, Kuan Yin, Jesus, Buddha, Saint Germain. Call in all the archangels, Michael, Uriel, Gabriel, Raphael, Metatron, Xenophon, Jeremiel, Jophiel, Haniel, Shamuel, Raguel, Zadkiel, Ariel, Nathaniel, to help me hear, see, think and feel all that is needed for these divine beings of light. We ask Archangel Michael to keep us open and receptive, grounded and protected. And we ask this in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen. So visualizing source or life force coming down through your crown, into your throat, third eye, throat, down your spine and into the earth, until it starts really flowing. And then it starts expanding out. And we ask in this holographic energetic field placed around our chakra system that any vestiges of past pain now be released in all directions of space and time. We ask Archangel Michael, we call in Isis to release past life trauma from this lineage. We ask that this be activated and released now. DNA coding of suffering. And we now bring in light as we release it out through our chakras, our auric field, our holographic being, into other dimensions and straight through the bloodline for hundreds of years. For hundreds of incarnations, for hundreds of lineage. It's not the right word, but you know what I mean. We now send out Source Reiki Life Force from down here and Gaia energy coming back up that we've released in our big next breath is the orange one. Coming up and setting in here, and as we exhale out, we are letting go of any pain in childhood. We are letting go now and releasing any abuse in childhood of the inner child in this life or any other, in all directions of space and time. We allow this DNA genetic coding to be brought up through our cellular level and released to the light, to the angels. Through our auric field, we ask this stream of light that releases this from us follow down the genetic bloodline and cleanse and heal and transmute all karmic bonds, relationships, energetics, patterns, belief systems. Any old paradigms of thought that no longer serve us, any fears or doubts, we now release and we hand them over to our ancestors for transmutation. We ask the angels to intervene and clear, and we acknowledge our soul for carrying this all this time. We now know in this release that we may be tested in the next days. Please, Archangel Michael, Jesus, Mother Mary, come to the sides of those who ask and clear this bloodline so that we may create a collective shift. Help us ascend to the 5th dimension where all is clear. And from the source within us, connect to the source within you and within life, so that we can actually clear out the 4th dimension. We clear out now any past life persecution for speaking up for our truth. We now release this. Big deep breath into the power center, now bringing up the yellow breath. We now release. So you say out loud after me, I now release all situations of disempowerment in this life or any other. I now sever any relationship energetics that drain my power. And now another big deep breath, we're bringing it into the heart. We now are releasing any heart pain, any trauma, any betrayal from others, from if we thought it was source, if we thought God betrayed us, we now release it now in all directions of space and time. Sorry, they just keep showing me to just clear that out. So this is heavy energy, right? So we're doing this together. So we're uniting in here, we're igniting this light by slowing down our mind, by asking to connect, and just by simply now allowing this coding, this energy that has been stored in your body to now be released. You may feel shudders in your body, you may feel a sense of pure serenity. You may feel a bit agitated or jittery. Just breathe though and keep going, because this will soon pass. And you will pass through this energetics. So you've taken it into your body, right, to transform it. And now you're releasing it, and we're going to do that with love. Another big deep breath now. Up into your high heart, we're bringing the pink color, the green from here, the hot, I say hot pink, but anyway, pink into your high heart. We're now not just connected to Source, we're connected to Jesus and his Sacred Heart. So connection through Source must come down through the mind, down through the throat to speak your truth. That's the next one. Big deep breath. We now release any times that we were persecuted for any past life speaking of our truth in any past lives, sorry. We now release in all directions of space and time. Chakare, chakare, chakare. Seheki, seheki, seheki. These are the master Reiki symbols. So one's for physical healing, just to keep you grounded right now. One's for emotional healing as we release this persecution. And we have a symbol when you're a master to take out time and space. So we can go back in time or forward in time, regardless. And the next one is the oh. It's talking about speaking your truth. Dai komyo, dai komyo, dai komyo. Honchise shinen, honchise shinen, honchise shinen. Seheki, seheki, seheki. So you receive these symbols, so you can just breathe them in. You're getting full Reiki healing as well, if you so choose to have it. It's automatic, just comes through me now. So breath and intention to heal, to let go, to release. We're using and co-creating with the moon energy on this day. And we are now releasing all suffering around our throat chakra for persecution of speaking our truth in this life or any other. And I just saw Joan of Arc, I don't know what that's about. But she spoke her truth, even though so we're releasing that for the feminine. So it goes a bit deeper now, we're in the collective of the feminine. So I wanted to save that for another time, but they just keep taking me on further and further. We're just going to go into our third eye now. Big deep breath of the indigo. Coming up into your third eye, right? And taking away any fear of seeing the truth. So repeating out loud. I now release any fear of seeing the truth. I now release all fear of seeing the future. I am a psychic intuitive being. And I now clear my third eye so that I may see the truth. And we want another big deep breath from your feet up to the top of your crown, and that's the violet color or gold. So it's a violet color here, and it just turns to gold, and we're just going to let the gold just fall around your energetic field now. Knowing that you've released this genetic coding, this pain, this suffering from lots of lineage, lots of millennia, like lifetimes. So you chose this particular family to do this, however, you stored it till this time. So we're just loading it out into your aura. And we now ask Archangel Raphael to come down and clear the aura. We ask Uriel to help our psychological body know that we can now speak our truth without fear of condemnation. Help us know we are safe in this energetic body and help fortify this energetic field. So the angels just ask that you need to help them because you need to have an intention, right? Then get the guidance. So I'm going to take just another big deep breath here. This is allowing the angels to do their work around your energy, your holographic self, your connection to your higher self, your oversoul. We ask that all blockages to love now be released. We feel this now golden light come out through over our energetic field, and we spread it to about 6 feet. I'm going to just do 2 meters, not up to 6 feet yet, but if you're more advanced, do the 6 feet thing and send it out because it does have a ripple effect. We're going out further and further. So clearing yourself, so you're the vessel to connect Gaia and Earth, will help you release what's in here. If you're having trouble releasing any karmic issues, or you feel like you're in the same cycle, pardon me, and you just can't break it, we need to clear it because now's the time. And if you don't actually do it yourself, like if you don't work with the full moon like this, then the full moon is going to work on you. So it's good to get in early, and then you're prepared. So you've taken the initiative today to actually clear that genetic coding through your bloodline. And, you know, it hasn't been easy. It's been past lives where we've been persecuted for speaking our truth. We've always put others before ourselves. And now it's the flip side, it's the opposite. So bringing yourself back into you, and just another 3 big deep breaths here before we finish. Knowing your guardian angels with you, and you can ask a specific question right now if there's something bothering you or you need to know. Ask your angel right now. And we thank you, thank you, thank you. I want to say thank you to the guides, angels and masters for coming in today. We ask that you stay by our side day and night. Come into our dreams tonight, Archangel Michael. Replace all fear with faith, trust, courage and confidence, that we may open our hearts to loving ourselves first and step forward fearlessly into our wonderful future, full of joy, happiness and love. Namaste. Thank you, thank you.